All right, so I want to talk a little bit about what it's like to not only be a woman in this business, but to be a mom.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So I think that, I don't think, I know, right? There are a lot of really strong male influences in the real estate industry. And I think there in the past has been this tendency of you have to show up, you have to make phone calls, you have to knock doors, right? You got to be in the office every day, doing all the things to lead gen and this, that, or the other. And so when clients need things, you got to do what your clients need. And maybe it's miss a game or not drive carpool or whatever, but you've got to like head down and do all those things.
Right.
And then we've joined this group that blew that out of the water.
You know, it's funny that you say that. I remember one of the first conversations I had when I got my license, and it was Autumn Siniza that was in the group. And she said, you know, one of my non-negotiables is never missing one of my kids' soccer games. And my clients know that to the tune of, they'll text me and say, I'd love to see this house on Saturday. When are your kids' soccer games? And I said, of course, they're parents too. They want to support you. And I mean, you have a relationship. Of course they're going to, but we've got to be the ones that set those boundaries.
Yes. And I also think that it's critical that your people know you well enough, right? Like clearly Autumn's people understand her skill set.
Right.
Right? My people understand my skill set and my worth and they're willing to wait, right? Like I will hands down negotiate you on your knees, like, right? And then turn around and make pancakes for my grandbaby. So it's like they know that, you know, that we're multi-talented.
There you go. I agree with you. And I do think that there is a lot of strength that comes in being, we've learned so many skills. And again, not to take away, I never want to be seen as like better than men. We're not, this is nothing like man hating.
Love them.
But there is a lot to be said about the things that we've been able to multitask as being a mom. But I will say, so there's so many skills that came. And then when business started getting busy as a mom, like, how overwhelmed did you get on some of the little things that used to not be stressful?
Oh, absolutely. I had to learn all about boundaries. All right, I had to learn how to say no a lot. Like I say no way more than I ever say yes now, and that's a skill that took a really long time.
Well, and you're the one that taught me. You've got to remember anything that you say yes to, you are saying no to. So be crystal clear on what you're saying no to.
Yeah.
You're the one that taught me that.
Yeah, thanks.
But I will say,
Thanks for listening.
it's the things like making dinner. Now, that was something that was just, I did all of the time. It didn't cause me any stress. Now, if I'm out or I'm busy or I've got my head down in something, making dinner is so stressful. So I let it cause me a lot of grief for a long time. And then I realized I can, on those days that I can't cook, we have frozen the crock pot delivery.
Right. Or pay somebody to cook meals for you.
Cook meals for you.
Yeah. I mean, there are other ways around that.
There are other ways around. And so that's the thing is problem solving so that you can fit all of these aspects of your life together and have it be something that is, it's great. I'm not going to say balanced because I don't believe in balance. But,
I don't either.
But it's great. And you can be successful in all these different areas of your life.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, my kids don't care that I cooked the meal, right? They care that I'm sitting there eating it with them.
Right.
Right, that's what they care about.
Right.
It's not, so you've got to learn how to weed out and filter out all the things that really aren't important. And like you said, that's hard to do when you've done it a certain way for so long and that's just kind of been your habit or your way of life. And then you start giving those things up and it kind of feels like
Guilt.
Your guilt or you're giving up a piece of yourself or, all the things. Because, I mean, women, especially moms, we play some crazy games in our heads with what we're supposed to be doing versus what we are doing. And everybody else's needs come before our needs. So then all of a sudden you throw in this kink of, I'm running a business. And listen, when you first start out, it's just a business, right? Or not even. But once it starts to grow and you've built this insanely productive and lucrative business and you still want to go and be a part of your family, that's a whole other ballgame.
Yeah.
Right? We're not clocking in and clocking out.
I agree, and that's where I think it's so important that we leverage, that there's no reason that you should be cleaning your house.
No.
You hire it out, and that used to sound like, oh, that's so bougie, or oh, you're not going to clean your...
pretentious, or...
and no, it's not.
No, they're much better at it than I am, right? And I can go over here and be making money to do something else. I'm providing someone else with an employment opportunity.
Yep.
I mean, all the things.
And I say this all the time. We'll wind this up, but I say this all the time. I think one of the biggest lessons I learned when I got into real estate is to figure out what my strengths were and what my weaknesses were, and then hire out my weaknesses and double down on my strengths. I can make money here. I can hire this out. I don't need to become a spreadsheet queen. I don't need to be, because we have an amazing VA.
I don't even know how to open
yeah.
most of ours.
She just has to send
Yeah.
us a link.
Yeah, yeah. Or she
But-
reminds me.
Or we could take 3 hours over here figuring it out and take away from building business, or take away from our family. And so that was the best thing I learned, is hire out my weaknesses, double down on my strengths, and then don't feel bad about it. Because
No.
we're real good at feeling bad about things.
I mean, the guilt complex is real in so many different areas. So yeah, I would say if you're going to be a mom and you're going to run, you want to have a high level business, right? I want to have something that's really creating a lucrative source of income for my family. Then you're definitely going to have to learn how to say no.
Yep.
You got to learn how to let go of the things that just really aren't meant for you to be doing, even though you've been doing them, because we are used to doing everything. And you also have to get really good at hiring, right? And so it's that thing. I heard Morgan say it in a podcast the other day. You know, hire slow and fire fast.
Yep.
And it's not something that's natural, right?
Right.
That's not a natural
Yeah.
talent that we're all born with. So I feel like there are a few critical skills that you have to
Yeah.
build on in order to be a mom and run a business. But at the end of the day, you can absolutely freaking do it.
Yep. Those are all good ones.
Yeah, love it.
Love it.